Hello and welcome to Lean Construction MOOC. This lesson is on the history of Lean. So what will we cover in this short recording? Will we look at manufacturing methods and the development of Lean, the Toyota production system, and we'll have a short recap then. Key standard and interchangeable parts we'll look at, mass production and the development of Lean. Manufacturing methods. Eli Whitney was an American inventor best known for inventing the cotton gin and the concept of standard parts. So before this, there was no concept. Everything that was made had to be bespoke, and if a part broke off a machine, it had to be developed by craftspeople or craftspersons to have that part put down. There was no such thing as getting a standard part and just removing it and putting it back in to get your machine working again. So the concept of standard parts and interchangeable parts was developed by around the development of the musket gun, and it greatly improved the reliability and the quality of the gun. And that then led on to other companies and other manufacturing processes looking at the standard methods and interchangeable parts. Moving on from that was the development of mass production, which was generally coined by Henry Ford. So Henry Ford was the founder of the Ford Motor Company and was responsible for developing the assembly line technique for mass production. The company is famous for back at the time for the Model T vehicle. As part of the mass production, it really brought the standard parts and the interchangeable parts together. So instead of actually going to a vehicle to assemble the vehicle moved along an assembly line, and the standard parts were waiting so that they could be assembled along the line. And that was a different concept. But one of the Achilles heels of Henry Ford's mass production was it was very difficult to have variation on what was actually going to go into the assembly line and come off the assembly line. So variation and change was difficult to implement on the mass production systems. Taiichi Ohno and others from Toyota Motor Corporation developed the Toyota production system. And this system was developed that Toyota and Taiichi Ohno went to the Ford mass production assembly plant and actually saw how mass production was being undertaken by Ford. And they returned and basically thought they could make the system better. And Toyota learned from Ford that variation and change needed to be incorporated to meet the customers' requests and expectations. So they tried to work on their assembly line and what they were doing, the concept of bringing in variation and change. The Toyota production system, you can see there is a kind of an overview of what they have developed. So we won't go massively into some of these will be important for the lean construction aspects, but if you look at the goals at the top, so goal is highest quality, lowest cost, shortest lead time, and lead time is the time it takes from the beginning when you place the order to when you actually get that product. And the key aspects of is trying to eliminate waste and achieve value for the client. Customer demand, so meeting the customer demand, high standards, high quality standards, and then meeting the customer's individual requirements. So having that variation built into the assembly line so they can do high quality, lowest cost, and have exactly what customer is required. A lot of this information was known about within the automotive industry. However, a book that was published in 1996, The Machine That Changed the World, really brought the the Toyota production system to a whole lot of different industries that may have been aware of it, but maybe didn't quite grasp how beneficial this could be. And this book really stepped out and basically documented how the automotive industry had been for the last 50 years and how it has changed and why Toyota were leading the way, and if other industries were to learn from that, what would they get. So it covered like item 1, identifying value, mapping the value stream, creating flow, establishing a pull, seeking perfection. These are concepts we'll look at later on different recordings. So just to recap on what we've looked at there. So it started off first talking about standard or interchangeable parts in the 1800s. Then mass production and how that worked, and from Henry Ford and the variations that it couldn't cope with. And then Toyota developed the Toyota production system, which has evolved into lean as we know today. And then we will look at what the history of lean construction in our next video following this. So thank you very much.